didn't want to give us nothing. So therefore, we got to go take it. I don't need to say no more. Give me my darn theme music.
Yeah. The guys have arrived down in New Orleans. And they're ready to take care of business. But welcome to the DY Pride channel. I'm your guy, DY Fly. What it do? Subscribe and hit the like button or you're gay. That means you like men. But yeah, man, my guys, we've been here before. They look like they got the eye of the tiger. You know, that's what I like to see. We ain't here cracking jokes. We out here cracking skulls. But yeah, man, hold up. Let me get into this. But yeah, man, it is a one-shot deal to take care of Patty the GOAT and the Chiefs. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I wish I had one humble bone in my body when I say this, but I don't expect this game to be close. All right? I don't expect this game to be close. But even before we get to that, I'm going to tell you this. It had to be us. It was always supposed to be us that does the job. You know, Josh couldn't get it done. Lamar couldn't get it done. Joe Burrow couldn't even make the playoffs to even attempt to get it done. Detroit, you know, we saw that they weren't built for it tough. They weren't. And they're going to have to get through some adversity. You know, what we went through last year, that's what they're going to have to go through next year. Or that's what they went through this year, and we're going to see if they can persevere, and we're going to see what they made of, but they out. They're not here. The 49ers, they had their shot. They had their shot twice. Couldn't get the job done, so it had to be us. It had to be Nick. It had to be Jalen. They're always doubting Jalen.
Shut the fuck up!
Talking about what he can and can't do, except focusing on what it is. And that's getting the dub. You know? And just thinking back on it, this has been a long year. And when I knew that we were going to the Super Bowl, I believe it was the Bengals game. And everybody remembers the game because that was when the Kingslayer Cooper DeJean.
Kingslayer!
The Kingslayer!
That's when he made the play on Jamar Chase on 4th and 1. Came out real big, you know. But even before that, at the beginning of the game, when there was a play that needed to be challenged, Nick, he threw the flag, but right after he threw the flag, he was looking down the sideline, yelling at his coaches, yelling at the people in his ear, telling them, hey, be quick. You got to be quicker. I need to get the information so I could actually throw the flag. Should I throw the flag or not? And once I saw that he was locked in, I'm like, it's a wrap. it's a wrap. You know why? Because it trickles down. It trickles down. Jeffrey, he did his job. Howie, he did his job. Now it was time for Nick to do his job and galvanize the guys to get ready to play every week. Focus on the mission. Take it one game at a time. Stack the wins so we can be in the position that we are into today. So shout out to Nick. Shout out to Nick. Once he got locked in, it trickled down to Jalen. And, you know, we just did our thing. We did our thing. But, you know, the guys, you see the guys there in New Orleans. I don't expect this game to be close. During media week, I expect them to be locked in. They might even be, you know, kind of short with their answers. And probably not pleasant. But I don't care. They're going to be focused on the task at hand. They know they got to wait a couple days and they're going to be itching to get on the field, but they're going to get the job done. You know, a lot of the veterans, they were here 2 years ago and they didn't like the taste that it left in their mouth. Losing like that, seeing the Chiefs win. And that's why it has to be us. It has to be Jalen so we can end these conversations. So we can just go like this. When it comes to Josh, nah, he ain't number 2. We not going to be left out the top 5 no more. You know, Lamar, he can rack up as many MVPs as he wants. Joe Burrow, he can be the stat sheet champ if he wants. Justin Herbert, he can be the arm talent champ if he wants. We're the one that slayed the dragon. We ended a 3-peat with arguably the best team ever. And Jalen, Hitman, Hurts.
The excellence of execution.
He will go down and start building his resume as one of the best to ever do it. All right. But like I said, if the NFL, if they keep their grubby little hands off this game, we might be looking at a Seahawks Broncos situation where Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos, you remember that game when they got their backs blown out? It might be one of those situations. Yeah. But we'll see. You know, they're going to have to play the game. I know throughout the playoffs, the flags haven't really played a factor in our games, at least on our side. All the way back to the Packers, you know, they built them up. We knocked them down. The Rams, they built them up. We knocked them down. The Redskins, you know, the prince that was promised, Mr. Poised. They built them up, and then you saw what happened.
What did you do last night? I'll tell you what you did. You got your ass whipped.
Yeah, it got ugly. It got X-rated. So the flags, I don't know if it's going to play a part in this game. I know for the Chiefs, like I've watched a lot of the Chiefs games and I've watched a lot of the Chiefs games over the years, and I don't remember a season like this where they've gotten so many flags to carry them throughout the season. Because if you look at their talent, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not great. All right, it's not great, and we do match up well with them. And I'll get into the X's and O's in the next video that leading into the game. But I mean, you look at their run game. Isaiah Pacheco, he went out. You know, they call Kareem Hunt off the couch. Rashee Rice, he goes out. Then what happens? They call up Juju. He has 1 or 2 good games. Then he goes out with the injury. Right? They trade for D-Hop, but you know, he looks washed. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. He looks washed. X-Worthy. He's a rookie. You know, they're not really using him downfield. They're just using him as an end-around guy, gadget guy, close around the line of scrimmage. Marquise Brown. He just got back. Now they're using him in the Rashee Rice role, which we'll talk about in the next video. But, you know, you look at Travis Kelce. It looks like he finally sobered up from his bender. His summer long bender that he was on, celebrating his last championship. He finally got it together. But we match up well with them. Cooper DeJean, the Kingslayer, he's gonna have his hands full. And you know, they keep talking about Steve Spagnuolo and Jalen Hurts. You know, Jalen Hurts, he's gonna have to watch out for the blitz. Look, man, every time he plays the Chiefs, he dices them up. Jalen Hitman Hurts, he does his thing. He dices them up. He's averaging like 300 yards a game against them. Devontasmith, he's averaging like 100 yards against them. We gonna be all right. So which one do you want to do? You want to stop the run, or you want to have AJ, Devontae, and Dallas one-on-one on the outside? Because you see what. It's not going to work out well, yo. I don't see this game being close at all. And honestly, look, if I had a humble bone in my body, maybe I'm not being overconfident because I know what my team is made of. I know what we're capable of. The guys that we have on the line. We got the defensive player of the year. Our secondary is going to be on point. The only person I'm worried about is Kellen Moore. That's the only person I'm worried about. Yeah, he got it done the last game, but all year it's been kind of shaky. I haven't been feeling his play calling, but if he comes through this game, all right, let's get it done. Put together another stellar game so we can take home this ring. And this is my favorite Philly football team of all time. 2004, that was it. Close second was 222, and even probably 2008, the 2008-2009 season. That was one of my favorites, but I know it seems weird that the 2017 isn't one of my favorite. Like, I'm glad that they got the ring, but just from the players and the talent that we have on this team, this would be my favorite team, especially if they win a ring. Listen, man, it's good. We gonna be too live, too lit, but maybe by next week, I'm going to be as humble as I need to be, or I'm going to be right where I need to be. You know? So, we'll see. I don't expect this game to be close. I know who we're going against. Andy, Patty the GOAT, and the Chiefs, but I expect us to really show up and show out, you know. So that's all I got. You know the deal.
You gonna get down or you gonna fucking lay down?